they could have something going on here, but BuzzKill just responded back absolutely perfectly. But the point is the last resort, they should have defaults prepared for Inferno. It should just be in everyone's map pool at this point, so it shouldn't be too much of a deficit playing this map. However, BuzzKill going in fast, just going for this fast banana control, not committing to anything as of yet, but all 5 players in banana, and we're seeing a similar setup we've seen all weekend with the 4 players on A, just the 1 on B, and it's King Josh to try and hold things up. Jiggle peeking, tapping away. He's got the information, but none of his teammates have rotated over yet. They're still staying on A. They think that it possibly is a fake. Now the smokes come in, all the footsteps are there, and now the teammates are rotating in, and we're going to see, yet again this weekend, a 5 versus 5 retake.
Benny, he does have some utility to use. Josh does have the kit if needed. And they're just going to push him lower. A brilliant entry with it, and Soulcast will get another. Only the 1 kill comes back instantly from Last Resort's point of view, and JB towards CT can do very little. BuzzKill, as expected, get a nice little pistol round going. 4 stay alive as well, so a good chance to get something on the second round with AKs and an SG already purchased up. Last Resort, do they commit? Maybe. There's onesies there, that's it.
Yeah, not putting a lot into this round, just save him. They will be buying into the next, I am sure. Charging down mid though, surely they should just get mowed down, tapping away, trying to find himself something. Husky actually gets himself 1, but Soulcast and Mighty Max cleaning up. Lars are going to be the one to finish things off. And actually Thomas falling early on, so they lose that 1 weapon, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Last Resort will just be buying into this round.
Need to perhaps see some response from the CTs here. Now with the M4s in their pockets. A bit of utility as well to use, so I do just want to keep watch of Banana early on here, just see how the CTs want to aggress it for now. They want to really commit to it. The smoking away means neither of them can really find anything. Soulcast with the smoke is a loud one. JB struggling and having to reload a little bit off guard and unlucky as Soulcast has allowed a second. Trouto, there's one for him. The Last Resort, they do get 2 kills back towards Banana, and BuzzKill now. They'll group up. They've obviously got this 1 player already in aim. It's going to be so hard for Husky to hold on to this, surely.
Such a shambles on Banana, but now, yeah, he is just Husky alone. He needs to find himself 1 to allow time for his teammate, but can't find it. So now Benny trying to play around this smoke, see if he can find something, and Pulse going to be expecting him there, and now it's all on Trouto. He's just going to fall right back, save that M4. It was looking promising, potentially, at the start of the round. They kind of traded out those initial kills, and it went down to a 3 versus 3, but not able to do much more than that. And he is actually going to find himself an AK and just be looking to save.
Both sides, they were wanting to play for banana control, obviously a key part of Inferno. Just about went the way of BuzzKill. But credit to Last Resort for at least holding on to it. They weren't taken down without a fight. Honestly, wasn't to be, as BuzzKill find themselves the first gun round. Keep the 3 AKs as well. Means purchases will be minimal. CTs don't have much around this AK pistols to upgrade. And a chance for BuzzKill to get themselves on 4.
Yeah, they're not going to buy around it. It's probably the smart thing to do, but BuzzKill, I mean, even on the buy round, they were looking so convincing. So TLR, I think they really need to change something up. King Josh going for an early peek, doing a tiny bit of damage, but actually taking so much from that Molotov. Surely not worth it. Benny getting up aggressive in apartments. He's going to get punished by Pulse. So an early man advantage for BuzzKill, and JB going to get right into apartments, but BuzzKill looking like they're opting over towards B. They've got banana control. That smoke's there, so they don't have to take a fight as of yet. But as it fades, it's looking like they might be trying to walk up. CT smoke comes in. And the Last Resort holding from oranges.
Yeah, the Last Resort, they've got their 1 key weapon in the AK towards the B site. Another flash goes over, but again, BuzzKill somewhat hesitant. A slow peak, but it means that Soulcast will actually fall from that. The AK yet to fully commit to a kill yet. The Molotov will come in. Trouto maybe a little bit nervous and concerned. Still a player towards New Box, eliminated quite quickly. An instant shutdown leaves us in a 1-on-2 in favor of BuzzKill. But they've clocked onto this. They've realized this last player is on B. Head towards A. Go get a bomb plant. Mighty Max. Pulse, he was snooping, looking towards CT, but that isn't where the danger and pressure is coming from. It's in fact towards mid.
Yeah, Trelto in a 2 versus 1 for him to try and clutch now, but I mean, this is playing weirdly. Look at this. Look at this T player. He's gone right into B, trying to catch him on the rotation. Not expecting Trelto to have pushed through Banana. I think he might be clocking it now, and he's going to come back to the site to support his teammate. Because Trelto does have a kit. So if he'd have just charged up short and got that kill, he could have actually got the defuse. But look at this positioning. It's so good. He's in graveyard. Trelto has so many angles to clear, and as soon as he drops, he's going to swing. But oh my goodness, Trelto, what a snappy shot. He is going to find the kill, but 12 HP. Still too many angles to clear. Pulse swings at the right time, finds himself the kill on BuzzKill. I'm sure that was a little bit too close for their liking, especially being against a full eco other than the AK on Trelto. But they do still come out on top. I mean, that was a really good round. JB, a lot of credit to him. What he did there is he stayed on A, and he was there the entire round. Managed to get a kill because they weren't still expecting him to be there, just with that USP. And he kept the players busy for so long that it meant, actually, there was only 3 players pushing onto B. It was a 3 versus 3 gunfight. TLR got the kills, and Trelto almost able to clutch it up. But now, a 5 versus 5, a bit of nade damage early on over towards BuzzKill, but they do take banana control, and it's looking like they might be setting up some smokes for B.
Flash goes over, an instant kill means Mighty Max gets 1 towards the B side. Oh, nothing for JB to do, as BuzzKill pretty much get themselves quite convincingly onto that B site. Last resort, they've already made the call to save, hold on to these weapons. It would include an AWP and some utility among Husky and Trelto. Perfect kills. This time no response comes in from Last Resort towards Banana. And BuzzKill find themselves 5. Mighty Max even wants to look for some lasting damage. The money might be an issue if the Last Resort lose a couple of guns to him.
Indeed, it's not looking like BuzzKill. I mean, they've sent a player to hunt. They have got the money to hunt, I suppose, but I'm sure they don't really want to. They haven't got enough of the bank built up to warrant just throwing guns away, and they are going to be disciplined about it, all just sitting in Banana. And yeah, 5 rounds now on the board for them, the Last Resort. They should be able to buy around these other 2 guns. I mean, they've got, actually Trelto's got the money to drop a teammate, so they should just be able to buy into this one. But the pause comes in, and I'm sure they're talking about what's going wrong. Where are the gaps in their defenses? How are BuzzKill just consistently taking these rounds and in such convincing fashion?
Yes, when BuzzKill find themselves these kills, they look so easy and clean, and the Last Resort just don't really have any sort of response. I mean, in that round there towards B, there was no trades really coming out. The positions, you could argue, weren't exactly there to help them with that trade potential. The fact that they've got loads of weapons and utility in this round means it's not a confirmed 6th for BuzzKill yet. JB, one of 3 players heading towards B for the CT side. And again, actually just make the call to back away and play it safe. Smarter call.
Yeah, again, just throwing those grenades over, only doing a fraction of damage, but nonetheless, they don't want to contest that banana control. It hasn't worked out too well in the previous few rounds, and they're just not going to continue to do it. Husky, right now, up in apartments. Flash comes in from his teammate, and gets the info that no one's there, but actually, there is. 4 players over towards B Banana, though, as they've actually taken banana control right up at the top now. And, I mean, we've just been seeing them do this literally for the last 5 rounds. They've just gone into B every single round. They take banana control. They just slowly gain more control as they throw these smoke grenades, and then they go for the full execute, round about the 1-minute mark, charge in, get all the kills, and they seem to be catching the Last Resort just with their pants down every single time. Let's see what they can do with it here. Pulse actually initiating this push onto A, keeping them busy, getting the kill. The push comes in onto B now. Soulcast finds himself 1. It's all on King Joss on the side to try and hold things up. He's dancing around the box, swings out, whiffs the spray, can't find Thomas, and now, I mean, another save call from TLR, surely.
Too tough to really go and commit to this retake, especially with the fact that, I mean, yes, they've got some utility, but to find 5 in quick succession, it's going to be tough. There's round number 6 for BuzzKill. Starting to get a fairly dominant lead. at least.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you can continue going for these save calls. Oh, wow, actually, Pulse might be able to snatch this AWP off Benny, and if he does, that would be huge, because TLR, I mean, they would actually be able to rebuy it now. Okay, he's not going to go for the peak. He is going to allow Benny to save that AWP. But yeah, TLR, they really need to come back with some kind of response, because they can continue saving, but they're not winning the rounds. So they have, for the last few rounds, had a consistent economy. They, with the loss bonus as well, have just been able to continue buying. They've got the guns, they've got the utility, but in the meantime, look at the bank being built up from BuzzKill. They're keeping like 4 or 5 players alive every single round, and we're seeing players now on $8,000-9,000, and we're only 6 rounds in. Thomas finding himself an early Molotov kill. I'm not quite sure how that's happened, but that man advantage will mean that they are going to try and regain banana control. And this time, actually, the last resort changing things up. They are trying to contest it.
Yeah, they had 4 at the start of the round towards the side of the map. JB from the top of sandbags gets 1, along with a second coming in from Traveltome. Means JB is alone. The Molotov, oh, it's going to force him out. Somehow stays alive from that. An AWP kill doesn't come in. As now BuzzKill look towards A, up close. Well, Husky still allowed to do some damage, still on full health, still has a bit of utility to assist them. But no commitment on any rotation. BuzzKill, they can look towards long. Either site still open for contention, really. And the utility for the CTs, it's non-existent.
Yeah, this is difficult for TLR because BuzzKill, they have so many options. But actually, Husky's played this perfectly. He's gone right up behind, should be able to get at least the 1, and it's going to be in the form of Lazo. But now Mighty Max are 2 versus 1. Yes. Really, Husky's going to want to be trying to deny this. JB on the rotation, but is he going to catch Mighty Max off guard? Mighty Max swings. He does a lot of damage, but can't find it. Husky doesn't really want to take this fight yet, though. Nice flick from Mighty Max. That is a clean headshot. And now a 1 versus 1 for him to try and clutch out. JB coming up from short. He's such low HP, though. It just comes down to the timing. Where's Mighty Max going to be looking? Did he just spot him? No, he hasn't spotted him. He hasn't spotted him. Is it going to be the timing? He spots the head. There's the kill. And he's going to secure the 7th for BuzzKill and keep the momentum going.
The momentum stays. The unbeaten start stays as well. And really unfortunate that the last resort just couldn't close that out. It should have been around in their favour. And they got so lucky with the timing towards A before that bomb plant. But credit to Max. It is, again, just the experience coming in on top. The last resort not quite going to look towards mid, not quite contesting it again. They want banana, and it's not really going in their favour. The AWP eventually does something. It's Benny finding himself 1 towards banana. The other AWP up close. And this is looking so much better here from the last resort.
Wow. Yeah, they opt for that double AWP setup, and they say, right, do you know what? We're just going to contest map control. We can't keep allowing them to have apartments control early on. We can't keep allowing them to have banana control early on, because all that happens is we end up sitting on site like sardines. They throw all of their utility over, and we can't do anything. We're flushed out of our positions, and there's just nothing we can do. We just get caught off guard. So those 2 AWPs, pushing either side of the map, contesting that map control, getting those early picks, absolutely perfect, and it's a perfect response from them. Right now, though, BuzzKill trying to charge out apartments, not going to be able to do it. 5 players still alive for TLR, so they are just able to hold it up, no problem, and it's only Husky that will fall.
So finally, a round picked up. Need to get a lot more to really give me confidence that this can be kept competitive and close. The last resort, they will keep this double AWP setup retained going into round number 9. Lazo AWPing for BuzzKill yet again, and towards mid, Benny will go for the peak. Early on, won't get much intel, and JB just chooses to give up Bernard. Early on, wanting it. Later on, has to give it up.
Yeah, I mean, they've done well. Like, they've shaken up BuzzKill now. They've by pushing that aggression in, they've done it for the last couple of rounds as well. It means that BuzzKill aren't just getting this control for free. They're not just charging into it and saying, this is just ours now, without, like, being cautious. They are being really, really careful right now. And actually, TLR, they are opting to play it passive again. They're falling right back. This time we are seeing someone in CT, though. Previously, we've seen, like, both players on site, and then they get Molotov'd out, And on the BuzzKill push, they just end up getting caught as they're running out of their spot because they've been Molotoved or something like that. Whereas we are seeing the boost in CT, which is something we haven't seen yet. And King Joss might be able to capitalize on it. JB getting the first. He's just going to smoke himself out, try and allow King Joss to do something, but King Joss, the spot's going to get cleared. It's all on JB now to try and hold up this site for the rotations for his teammates. And JB sitting in the smoke, he's buying the time. They still can't kill him. Benny's in from the rotation. Benny's doing so much work, and now it's all on Luzzer. And there's nothing he can do. He's locked out the site, and TLR, they've got the bomb down.
20 seconds this round. Looks to have gone against BuzzKill. Such a promising hold, and a little bit shaky from BuzzKill when they did try and push out onto the site. All 4 players left from the CT side will remain towards B and CT. Start hunting. Benny shouldn't be able to find Luzzer. So there's a second. Maybe looking for some momentum here, Josh.
Indeed. I mean, that was all on JB there. He did such good work. He got those 2 kills, and then all he needed to do was stay alive and just allow his team to rotate. So he just sat in the smoke. He sat in the smoke. He wasn't trying to spam. He wasn't trying to deny the bomb plant or anything, because BuzzKill knew they needed to kill him before they could go for that bomb plant. So all they were doing was spamming that smoke, and it just allowed Benny to come in, rotate, get himself 2 kills, secure them the round. But JB... Ooh. Oh, the smoke from his teammate comes in too late, and he's going to burn alive. That is going to put the AWP out of play as well. They're not going to try and retrieve that. They are just going to continue to hold. The boost comes in, but timing on King Joss is impeccable, and he does manage to escape with his life. Thomas going to swing by himself, though, gets the kill, does get traded by Truto, but Luzzer's going to swing as well. He gets the trade, and now a 4 versus 2. The B bomb site, and Husky a response on the other side of the map, so it's looking like they will go for this retake. They can't keep going for the save call. They need to start putting some rounds on the board, but a 3 versus 2. And I mean, are they going for this? Maybe they are going for the save call.
It's not impossible to go for, but given the fact that money's not going to be that great going into this next round, the loss bonus obviously not there either. Means they've just got to hold on to what they can, try and get a decent set of weapons into round number 11. BuzzKill, a good response, having lost 2. They hold on to the AWP as well, so a little less to commit to in next round's purchases. The half also goes in BuzzKill's favour. And now the last resort need to try and maybe get some aggression going early on again.
Yeah, indeed, it was working out for them individual players as well. Just need to start stepping up. I mean, King Joss, 0 to 9. It's not looking too good for him right now. And if this continues, then the scoreline will show it. Benny going to get flashed. Is he going to go for the peek there with this AWP? He's spotting the feet, and he's not going to allow Luzzer anything. BuzzKill now. They should be able to retrieve that AWP if they want it. Soulcast is right on the corner. The flash comes in. It should clear Benny off the angle. Benny's going to shoot, just going to miss as well. Unfortunate stuff as he falls back to site. So BuzzKill, they will gain the map control, but TLR with the man advantage, and BuzzKill unable to trade it.
There really isn't a lot of utility here for BuzzKill either, given some of the previous rounds they've had. Soulcast, a great little angle he's got here towards the bracket side of mid. It's an opening towards B for Thomas, and the B side almost secured. King Joss, he had a great first game on Vertigo, now needs to step up towards B. Benny though, oh no, this is so unfortunate. Soulcast at the other side of that little wall, and Benny does fall there. Now Joss looking to step up. Finally BuzzKill try and commit, and going for the kills. They eventually get a trade. A nice one back from Mighty Mac to get themselves onto the B side, but this isn't impossible now for the CT side to try and retake.
Yeah, he had to get 1 kill to make it possible for his team. He did exactly that, but Pulse with the angle will be able to take down Salto. It's all on Husky. He's not going to be able to do anything. Mighty Max, the perfect timing on the peak, and BuzzKill. They get themselves to 9, and it's one of these situations where TLR, they could turn this around. They could get a couple of rounds together, and it would be a decent half, but BuzzKill, if they do string together the next couple of rounds, actually TLR, they could have bought into this one, but they've chosen not to. They're buying down to around about the 2k mark on a couple of players just with the pistols. So it should be allowing BuzzKill to get to 10 unless mistakes are made. And if BuzzKill can win that next buy round, they could just run away with this half, and it would be so difficult for TLR to come back from it.
Asking. Won't be peeking towards me with the smoke getting away. Trouto flashed in. Will aggress. Will try and go for some quick damage. In fact, it's not really working. Joss, he'll get the 1 kill back. BuzzKill still not giving up Banana that easy as Pulse finds himself a 3-1 towards A. Joss still wants to peek this. There's no utility, so it had to be a dry peek. Lazar, as you'd expect, comes off better. Benny, a deagle against 4. 2 of them are half health. But so much to do. No armor either. And not a lot of damage really being dealt there to the CT side.
And so far he is on the wrong bomb site, so he is going to have to make his way around to the other side of the map. Do you still think they're creeping up towards A? I think he still thinks they're going for A. Okay, so going to be a long jog for him to get round to B. I think maybe he's just trying to catch out the lurker, see if he can find himself a gun.
Just seeing what's happening here. We've got a pause on our end. Just going to get this slight issue fixed. Apologies for this. But so far, BuzzKill, they are just on top as we were expecting, but TLR, they just haven't given anything back, really.
Yeah, I mean, BuzzKill have just been fantastic. They've not only is it like the fact that BuzzKill seem very prepared for this, but they've also just been pretty much running the same default over and over again. And they've just been winning their gunfights. Like, I think I'd say probably 70–80% of these rounds have ended up just them pushing B. They just hold their default. They have like 3–4 players holding banana, waiting to see if TLR try to contest it. If they do contest it, then normally they win the gunfights and then they push on to B. If they don't contest it, then they just throw their smokes, throw their molotovs, charge into the site, get the kills, and it seems to just be the same round playing out over and over again, and BuzzKill just coming out on top.
Yes, I mean, TLR, they tried to change it up. They had that one round where they had the AWPs out and that fast aggression towards Apartments and Banana. It was good. It got them kills quite effectively. And BuzzKill, they weren't fully prepared for that, but I think they now know that is possible there from the opposing side. We saw, obviously, on Vertigo as well, that the CT side in TLR, they were always playing it slow. And again, we're seeing something similar here on Inferno. Obviously not their map, BuzzKill. This is theirs. But sadly enough, there's not really enough to convince me that TLR can really come back and make this competitive.
Well, if they do want to come back into this half, they need some more like hyper-aggressive plays like that.
Yes.
Like that round, that was really good. That was a really good response to have 2 AWPers contest that control early on. They got those kills, it won them the round. They can't continue doing that because they will get punished for it. As soon as BuzzKill clock onto it, they'll get punished. The only reason that they got away with it is because BuzzKill weren't expecting it. But they need more plays like that where they do change things up. They're not just playing the same positions. They're not just contesting the same map control every single round. They need to show that they are dynamic and that they're not just going to allow BuzzKill to do the same thing every round.
Yes, and guess we also do have to say, because Vertigo, that was TLR's map pick. That was probably where they were trying to say, right, this is where we're good on. The fact that there wasn't that many rounds really near the end which came out in their favour really just put Inferno into question as to whether they could come back, whether they could make it possible. And yes, there's slight hints there are some possible plays to come out, but they're just becoming a little bit too easy to read and repetitive from their point of view, and that's what's making this too easy. And I guess you also have to take into account the fact that BuzzKill have the experience collectively as a team, and as these players for TLR, it seems to be a new concept. Sort of, they've not been at this sort of stage and level before, so maybe a bit of pressure. And as we hop back into the game, BuzzKill, they've just kept up the momentum.
Yeah, of course. And I think momentum may be a factor, especially coming through last game as well, where BuzzKill had so much momentum towards the end. It means that they might have just charged into this, obviously going like 7–8–0 up. That could have just been the full force continuing.
Joss up close. Well, it's only 1 kill back from the CT's point of view. The B side does open up. Pulse is keeping watch of things, and towards mid, a little too easy. There goes Benny. Asking Trouser, yes, they've got some flashes to work with, but is it really enough to cause an instant impact? BuzzKill marching on, looking for this 12th. The B-site it's theirs to work with, and the last resort not really desperate to quickly fall back.
Absolutely right, and well, the last resort, yeah, they're going for this save call again. They're just allowing BuzzKill the B site. How many times have we seen this so far this half? Allowing BuzzKill to get to 12, so we'll be 12-2. With saving these guns, it may mean that they can buy into this next round. So it is probably the best call, because despite the loss bonus, there are a couple of players on $0. So if they don't save these guns, they won't be able to buy into the next round. Or at least they won't be able to full buy into the next round. We'll be seeing some FAMASs, maybe some SMGs. Whereas if they do save these M4s, they can drop the guns to the teammates and have something to work with. Right now, I think BuzzKill, they realize it's a save call, and really they should be hunting for these guns, because they've got so much money built up. Buying into next round should be no problem at all. Obviously, they don't want to give TLR this AWP, but sacrificing the AKs, I think it would be beneficial for them to get rid of these guns from the TLR, but they're not actually going to contest it. Just going to get out to mid. Not going to go any further. Not going to get aggressive.
I think as selfish as it sounds, they were also maybe just going for the stats, just trying to not die too easily.
I don't know about that, but maybe so. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are just KD players. They're here. Lower bracket finals, they don't care. They're still just playing for KD.
But still, I mean, it's just been all this momentum being kept up, been going from BuzzKill's point of view. It's just the same story over and over again. And yes, you could argue BuzzKill, they were the team who we were expecting to make it through, but TLR, credit to them. We've not really given them much credit for making it this far. They weren't even expected to sort of make it this far. Lots of the teams and players, they were saying that TLR have done well to make it this far, and that's credit down to the players in general.
Indeed, they are the underdogs, so you really wouldn't be expecting them to be in this position anyway. But I did think there was potential maybe for them to come into this game and just do something crazy, because yesterday, oh my goodness, Pulse potential. The flash is so good, he swings out. Only good for one though, as Truto gets the trade, and it's now a 4 versus 4. Only one fight for them to win over on this B side of the map, though, for them to take control of it. The rotation running over, it's going to be Truto, but as Benny gets smoked off, the CT smoke going to come in as well. They should just be able to charge onto this site, and King Joss going to find nothing through the smoke.
Yeah, Benny, he'll hear the AK move towards dark angle. Joss pushing through, won't be able to do much. Maybe a flash would have helped, but nothing really coming out in the end. That's the B defense lost. Asking and Trouto now have to commit to this on the last round. They can't go save my 2 max, and Thomas to clean up 13-2 on BuzzKill's map pick. It's just so one-sided, way dominant, and BuzzKill only need 3 to make it to the final.
Yeah, they've got plenty of chances. So the last resort, I mean, we've seen this before. Yeah, we're like in history, in Counter-Strike history, this has happened plenty of times. The underdog, they come back, we go to a 3rd map, and honestly, I'd absolutely love to see it, but with the momentum that BuzzKill have right now and just how strong they're looking, I honestly don't see it happening. We're finally seeing a different Inferno pistol setup as well. Like the last couple of games, we've seen the same thing, where they're only playing 1 player on B, 4 over on A, and then they're playing retake B, which, in my opinion, is quite questionable, because B is one of the harder sites to retake. But actually, TLR charging 3 up Banana, but there are 3 CTs waiting, and 2 for 2. Mighty Matt's going to fall back. The grenade kill as well. So he can just fight from new box, buy himself some time, buy time for his teammates to rotate in. A nice headshot onto Benny, though. The smoke comes in. Finally, he falls. They should be able to get this bomb plant down, and now a 2 versus 2 retake.
No kit for BuzzKill, but if they're fast enough, they don't even need it. Just both kills come in, Pulse and Soulcast. The experience over the underdogs. That's 14. It's BuzzKill marching on, almost there now, as they keep 2 alive, heading into round number 17. Last resort, do they force? Do they play for winning it and getting momentum back as soon as possible, or do they just save, get a better buy in next round?
Potentially so. I mean, they going into this, yeah, they are going for that save call. So I suppose they're playing for overtime, but they'd have to be winning 13 in a row to do so. BuzzKill right now, throwing these nades, trying to get some early damage on. I think they know that their opponents won't have Kevlar. It's just going to be Thomas charging in. No fear whatsoever. 2 kills. Pulse coming in with another as well. Loza charging down mid. Spraying away with the MP9. King Joss, oh my goodness, he's actually found himself 3 with this Deagle. Can he find any more? No, he can't. He's done well to find 3 there.
Yeah.
But is it? Well, it is just too little too late. The kills don't mean much regardless. And BuzzKill now on match point. 13 chances to close it out.
It would have been an ace as well if we got that for the Deagles in the end. A nice try nonetheless, but BuzzKill almost there now. Mighty Max dropping down to a UMP, but M4's elsewhere. And the CT's with 3 towards B early on. Trouto, he's looking. He's in the hunt for something, but taking so much damage from the Molotov, it might burn him away. In fact, 14 to 27. There's a nice little shot at least. Pulse also goes, in fact. 2 massive entries from Trouto towards B. But the last resort are just going to keep holding.
Yeah, opening that up, those 2 kills, fantastic from Trouto. I did sort of think, like, he just stood in the Molotov for ages, and it was like, oh my goodness, like you're sacrificing so much just for this angle if they peek. But they did the boost, a beautiful flick to a headshot, and yeah, I mean, they've got this 2-man advantage. They're not going to rush into anything. They're not just going to charge into B because of it, and they've made the right decision, because actually, BuzzKill rotated a player over, and there would have been 2 players waiting for them. So, playing it slow, getting these smokes over. It's not actually going to smoke off Laza. He is in that boost position, and he has a nice crossfire with his teammate. So, TLR, they are going to have to break this if they want the bomb site.
Laza having to look behind him. In fact, he knows the CT flank is a possibility, but also in some respects can be the opening pick towards B for last resort. One smoke goes down, but it's too easy. Laza's going to find one. Almost gets the second. Mighty Max trying to peek at the same time, and eventually they get something done, but Trouto gets himself a third of a round. Laza, he's peeking. He's trying to get the angle in his favor, but they don't quite line up. Only 1 back from last resort. That's the site opened up now. Soulcast, if he wants to win this, he's got to find 2.
Yeah, Soulcast, wow. That's a nice long-range kill, and now a 1 versus 1 for him to work with to try and close this one out. So close, he does a lot of damage, but Husky clutches it out and puts his team on 3. So slowly but surely, pulling around back, closing the gap ever so slightly, and it is going to allow them to buy into this round and maybe pull a few more together. I mean, it was still just so shaky. You can see this lack of coordination. JB, like, running across CT with his back to CT, like a good second before the smoke popped. So, I mean, he would have died nonetheless because Laza was on the boost position, but it just shows, like, what are you doing? You're just charging in. They may have just given up at this point, but they do clutch out the round, so they will be against the limited buy as well. BuzzKill haven't got a lot to work with this round.
No, they fully committed in terms of what they could do. They've got an M4, but Scout and ZZs, that's what they've opted for. Husky will be allowed this apartment's control and does have JB back in second mid for support if they need it. One smoke goes down towards long, and a flash in could allow Husky to get something, but Laza, he's slowly creeping up. The timing's going to be really insane. Who's going to come off better? Who's going to have the faster reaction? Husky just backing away. So unfortunate. Pulse. All learned there's an AWP there, but Soulcast did find that kill in apartments, and the last resort now back out, try and head towards B.
So BuzzKill having that man advantage. They are going to be able to salvage the gun as well. Laza picking up that SG, so it will be a weapon to add to their armory. Pulse find the headshot straight through the smoke, doing a fair bit of damage as well. So the man advantage. Thomas is still on site with the CZ in hand. Should be able to get the kill with his back turned. Oh my goodness, he's found himself all 3 to close things out. And Thomas with the CZ against the guns takes it to 16. And